What Goodwill does is we help empower people increase their independence and reach their potential, and we do that through education, health, and employment. Goodwill has over 3,800 employees. More than half of those employees have a barrier to employment, and we pride ourselves in giving those folks an opportunity so that they can enhance their skills and ultimately lead them to a job with family-sustaining type wages. I think about Brenda Leak as one individual that has cerebral palsy, was told that she would never drive, was told that she would never have a family, and was told that she'd never get an education. And she did all that. And she did that through the resources that Goodwill was able to wrap around her because of the great donations that we received. We rely on stakeholders throughout Central and Southern Indiana, individuals, organizations, people that help support the mission, whether it's providing jobs or providing contracts or just supporting us in general. We couldn't do it without the support of Hoosiers.
We are going to be working on turning really strong paragraphs into really strong essays.
For a lot of people who have dropped out of high school, you never think about, well, what opportunities do I have? You think about getting a job, supporting yourself, and supporting your children. When I was introduced to the Excel Center, I was very skeptical because I had no idea that adult learners could actually have the opportunity to get a high school diploma. And once I realized that I had what it took to graduate, that was a stepping stone on to my educational journey.
As I think about the Indy Met and the Excel Center, I think about the wraparound services that we provide, providing rigorous curriculum, life coaches, transportation, drop-in centers for those that have kids. These can all be barriers to individuals obtaining their education. If we can help knock those away, then we can find success for those students.
We want students to have that opportunity of leaving here better than they came, and having that opportunity to getting a sustainable income and an industry-based certification is what we want to do and what we want to promote. So when people are leaving here, they're getting and keeping those jobs and making our community better as a whole.
One of the main things that it is important is it does help develop.
Nurse-family partnership is having like a second set of ears. It's somebody that's come in that has the nursing experience. They're always there to answer any of the questions that you have. It's like having a mom that's not your mom.
One of the things we talk about is the infant mortality rate in Indiana. And unfortunately, there are only 8 states that have worse infant mortality rates. So Nurse-Family Partnership is an important resource to help reduce that in the state of Indiana.
No, it wouldn't be hard at all.
We like to talk about having a raise your hand culture. So if you're an employee in a retail environment working hard in what might be a transitional job and you raise your hand and say, I want to do more, I want to do something different, we wrap around that individual with the resources necessary.
Do you need help with housing? Do you need help with your driver's license? What are some things that we can do for you as a team, as a company? That's my way to pay it forward. So when you see somebody who has worked so hard and worked through all the different resources that we have to obtain better employment, it's a good feeling. You know that they're better in themselves, and you know that you were able to help them find resources to get that job that makes them feel like, hey, I can take care of myself, I can take care of my family.
If we're educating our communities, we're stimulating people to get out and get jobs and keep jobs here in Indiana. So you know that your donation is going to a great cause, improving lives.
It's giving back to the community. Every single thing that you do or you give to Goodwill goes back into the community.
Donating to Goodwill does so much for so many people. We wouldn't have these programs that touch so many people's lives to help them for the betterment of themselves.
So if you wonder what your donations do, ask Brenda Leak.